Hey everybody, it's Megan Taylor with Nebraska Extension, and today you are going to be doing Nitrate Kerplunk. And so today what we're going to do is we are going to we're going to simulate how nitrogen and nitrate specifically, how that can leach through our soil profile. And all you need is a couple of cups, some tape, straws, paper, and a little bit of imagination. Like I said, you only need a couple materials, and you can also use your imagination on this. So I used some styrofoam cups, and I had a couple wooden dowels hanging out, and then I also used some straws. And all I did was cut the bottom out of these these styrofoam cups, and then I taped them together because I wanted it to really show you how the soil matrix would act. And then you can simply fit this on top of a jar. I used an old vase. So now that you have all your materials, we are going to make the nitrate molecules as well as the soil particles. You want to make the nitrate molecules a little bit smaller, and then you are going to make your soil particles a little larger. Okay, so you have your soil profile made. This is going to be representing the actual kerplunk portion, right? So we have our soil profile, and what we're going to do is we are going to use the straws to represent different moisture events or different extreme rainfall events. So what you're going to do is you're going to insert all the straws into your soil profile, and it's going to create a web here. So all of our soil particles and our nitrate are going to sit on top of that. And so what we're going to talk about today and what we're going to actually demo is how our rainfall events, how subsequent rainfall events can affect leaching and how that can drive some nitrate loss. And so we're going to be doing this in a soil that is very coarse textured. So we're going to be representing a sandy soil, so it's going to be very coarse textured. So a coarse textured soil means that there's lots of room in between each of the actual particles, so there's a large pore space. So it doesn't hold water very well because water is going to be able to move through that very quickly. Where if it was a heavier textured soil like clay, they're going to be very tightly held together, and it's going to be able to hold more water. Hence, it's going to have a little bit less leaching because nitrate is negatively charged, and our soils are negatively charged as well. So, negative and negative, they're going to repel one another. They're not going to be tightly held. And so that is why nitrate is so soluble and can move through the soil profile, because when we have big flushes of rain or rain events, we're going to see that nitrate move down, especially in a coarse textured soil. It's going to move out very quickly because the water is going to move very quickly, and that's when we can see some leaching. So we're going to demo that now. Okay, so here's the final setup, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull the straws now, and every time we pull a straw, that is representing a rain event, and we're going to see how many rain events it would take for that nitrate to start showing leaching through our profile. So we're just going to keep pulling, and you can see that we're getting pretty close. Oop, lost a little bit of a soil particle. Ended up having two that came through, and so we had two nitrate molecules that came through. And remember that each time that we were pulling a straw, that was representing a moisture event or an extreme rain event. So again, that was adding water into that coarse textured profile, and so that is why as we kept pulling the straw, so as we got more rain and more rain, it was going to move the nitrate down through the soil profile. So it took us 9 pulls to get there. You could do this with a variety of other scenarios, but it works really well for explaining how nitrate moves and how leaching occurs. You could also do this where you had cards where you could either add straws back in if you had a best management practice that was going to help mitigate some of that loss, or if you were doing it based on farm practice. So the opportunities are endless with this. If you have more questions, if you design your own, if you want to try something new, please let me know. My contact information is mtaylor42@unl.edu. And thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great day.